NewGenGamers.com.
Retro.
Welcome everybody to another Ray's Retro Review. Today we're going to be taking a look at a wrestling classic.
This was the first WCW game for the N64 and really has some great gameplay. This, I think, brought wrestling games to the next generation. Now, this game engine would later be used for WWF games whenever they bought up the WWF license. So here we go. Got our team set. And now we're going to go a 5-on-5 tournament. Now we use a grappling system here, as well as you have a punch and a kick. But it's a pretty solid game engine, even in this first iteration. Now it would get better and graphically better in the following WWF games. And you can see a lot of like bleed through with polygons breaking and us going through each other. But the gameplay is solid, and that's what holds up here. But never give up hope in the grapples. It's a button masher, and you got to keep fighting throughout the moves because you can always reverse them. No Mercy was the last one they did, and the most feature filled. By the end of that, they had so many play modes, so many features you could do, and this one really is basic comparatively. Now if you hold in the button, you'll do a strong attack. Just tap it, you'll do a light attack. C down runs. If you have multiple opponents, C up will switch who you're looking at. No complex button combinations to remember, which was what they were doing with a lot of the other wrestling games at this point.
Yeah, especially Attitude.
Yeah, and this one went back to more of what Acclaim did with their 16-bit wrestling games, which is a basic grapple system, and then moves that come off that, and then a little bit of beat-em-up action. And that, I think, works best for these games. This one was done by Asmik. And they don't play like a fighting game, which is what I think they tried to turn wrestling games into for a while, and it didn't work. It wasn't nearly as fun. The grapple-based systems, I think, time and again have been the funnest. Another selling point on this, which we have not mentioned, was the 4-player action. Having 4 players in a tag team match or a free-for-all was a great time, getting everyone in there and battling all at once. But you know, it didn't matter if you were a wrestling fan or not with these games. Anyone could really have fun with them, and with the fairly simple interface, you could pick it up and play it pretty quickly. The character models are all pretty much
essentially the same.
Yeah.
Oh!
Not very much texture. And even in the later ones, there wasn't much texture. It was just like basically a simple image mapped onto their faces and a little bit of clothing. Now he's about to drop out. He's done. You can also knock guys out. That's fun. When you eventually just beat them down in submission, they are done.
Notice there's no size difference.
No. No, we're looking at a 6' 6" tall Hulk Hogan and 5' something Rey Mysterio. And in the game here, they're pretty much the same looking. This game, again, didn't focus on the realism. It focused on fun gameplay and fun group gameplay. So here, this is a tournament where we picked 5 guys and battle it out. Oh, here we go. You're screwed now. Hulkster choke grab. When did he do that?
Apparently
lame.
during the NWO thing.
Well, that was pretty dumb. I want to do the leg drop. And they all got several specials as well. To do the regular grapple, when you hold B or hold in A to get a strong grapple, and then tap the analog stick while you're in the grapple, you see you have the spirit meter. So it does go off like a life meter, but it's not
a life meter.
Yeah, your spirit meter really gives you kind of the juice to go like more than just an energy bar. So when that's real low, even if you have a lot of energy, you could get pinned, and vice versa. Even if you're really beat up, if you have a high spirit bar, which I've kept, you haven't been able to get me back down. And if you press the analog stick you'll do little cheers, which also gets your spirit meter up. You're done. And that's the fun of these games that really can't be overstated. Like, this is such a fun party game, and when you hear people talk about the fun they had with N64 multiplayer, this is where a lot of that came from, with the THQ series of wrestling games. So this is one that you sat down and on a Friday night whenever you were bored with your buddies and wanted to have a little bit of fun, plug in as many N64 controllers as you had and have a good time.
And I didn't take Flair or not Flair, but Lex Luger or Chris Benoit, because they're both murderers.
Yeah, a lot of wrestlers end up becoming murderers too, or were former murderers sometimes. You hear no announcers, the referee just counts you off and says basic things. There's no real announcers or anything of that sort, so you just do it yourself.
Yeah, you basically commentate your own match.
Oh, come on, ref! He kicked out! 2.5! 2.5! Come on!
And he just levels him with that super power bomb.
Oh, he wants more even.
And another power bomb. The ref's got to think about stopping this. This is too much.
And he does. TKO. Flair is gone.
Smart move, ref. Very smart move.
Nash had him the whole time. As far as pure fun gameplay, this one definitely had it. There's none of that floatiness and stiffness that a lot of wrestling games had in the early 3D era. Oh, that hurt, didn't it? Yeah, don't even get up. Another dead man. Oh, and Ray turns up the challenge. Let's see if I can beat him at full red bars.
Hold on, hold on.
Oh yeah, let you get a weapon, Ray, sure. I don't think so. I've played enough wrestling games.
I wanted to test it.
Done. Done.
You completely decimated my entire team with two guys.
I played that game a lot. Alright, well, let's look at some of the other options that are in the game.
Yeah, there's a versus exhibition.
Plain 1-on-1, 2-on-2, simple stuff.
League challenges, where it's basically your chase to the title. League, round robin match with 16 people and 8 teams.
And tournament. So that's it. On this one, there was hardly anything. By the time it got to the WrestleMania 2000 and No Mercy, they had cages, they had tables, they had chairs, they had whatever you wanted. So that's it. Pretty basic game.
Yeah, but it's a fun time, so I'd say check it out.
Check it out, and if you want to get one to play for fun, get the later WWF ones before they were WWE. This one doesn't even have the create a character mode, which was great
Essential
in the later
to
ones.
it, yeah.
So, check this game out, and check out more NewGenGamers stuff on the internets.
This has been another Ray's Retro Review. Thank you very much for watching, and happy arcading.
NewGenGamers.com